Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show presented by Hambelton Ford. My name is Phil Nightingale. I'm the general manager. And good morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Josh, our service director here, and we're ready to take your calls at 316. And Josh?
316-462-3673. We'll get that up on the screen there for you.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to. Still learning this thing. Oh, there it is. Clear down there.
Way down there.
Cuts my mouth off.
Right
Maybe that's pretty good, huh?
Right over your head.
That's right. Hey, let's get the phones. We're going 316-462-3673. Hey, it's the main number here at the dealership now. And one of the girls at the front desk will get your name and number and patch you through to our phone through here to anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it is, anything ailing your car, noises, maintenance schedules. Want to talk about the new Bronco. Got a lot of exciting things to talk about there in the Bronco this morning. From that part, want to talk about that new 2021 F-150. Pretty bad boy there. And want to talk about that Chili Bowl last week.
Yeah, that was very exciting, very exciting. Had a very good interview with Justin Allgaier on the Chili Bowl as well. So ready for that next year already.
I am too. So anyway, Josh, what's in that package for each and every caller calling into the show?
So we're going to mail it out to you, but it's going to consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Hambelton Ford. While we're performing that, we're also going to complete the multi-point inspection on your vehicle, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components. Just make sure that vehicle is geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. You'll also receive $10 to Mel's Diner so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the big corner, as well as complete nitrogen for your tires. So you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer on your vehicle. And then a BG products package, which is going to consist of a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then a can of CF5 for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving.
All right, so let's get the phones. We're going 316-462-3673, and we'll get your answers, get you on the phone here. And again, anything ailing your car, tires, brake, batteries, whatever it is. And as always, we got Mr. James Furman. Morning, James. How you doing, buddy? And Jamie Tate. Morning, Jamie. So good morning, everybody. Let's get the phones ringing, and we have some great questions. So now, Josh, let's we're waiting on these phone calls to roll in. We got to talk about Bronco.
Yeah.
The order bank is kind of open. So we've got, just kind of, everybody kind of knows, we got over 100 reservations. We got about 50-some units is what we're going to get. So some people are going to get a 22. Sorry about that, but I think I got a few people already that have called me and told me they're ready to just wait for a 22 because there's some new things coming in 22 already also on that Bronco. But already got about 4 orders in the system, but we got a little bit of a hiccup with the system is say you wanted to order a Badlands, then you want to up it to a Outer Banks or whatever you want to change it. I can't change that in the system yet. So hopefully we'll get off the show. I'll be able to get in there and see the order bank and see that it's okay. And we can do some ordering. And we got our first question coming up on the Facebook there from Keegan. I have a 2004 Chevy Silverado 15. When the truck is driving, you stop, you turn it, and it dies like it's on a vacuum leak. Can't find out what's the easiest way to find out. So it sounds like he's got a dying condition. So when the truck is driving and you stop to turn, it dies like it has a vacuum leak, but it can't find it what it is. Well, I know exactly kind of where I'm headed with that. It's a 2004 Silverado. Josh, I'm going to tell you he's got an idle circuit problem with that throttle body on that truck.
You know, the other thing, idle circuit, like what you're saying, is carbon buildup on the throttle plate.
It's headed there too,
would do that as well. For sure, that was a very common thing with those pickups. And the other side of that is a lot of the manufacturers, GM, Ford did it too. I've seen Chrysler had done it well as well, but they would actually, instead of fixing the carbon on the throttle plate, they would just come up with a reflash that would recalibrate where the throttle plate needed to be, compensating for the amount of carbon buildup that was in the throttle plate.
That's so crazy, isn't it?
It is very crazy. But yeah, there is a throttle plate on there, and carbon builds up on that, and it just restricts the amount of airflow that it can get at idle. And so I would think there's probably something going on there with that. But that would be the first place that I would look. Then, like what you were saying, is the throttle body itself could be an issue as well.
So anyway, Keegan, I'd love to get that truck in here and take a look at it for you. If you want to private message me through the phone, or if you'd like to call 316-462-3673, I get it. We can take a look at that truck. We'd like to throw a diagnostic at you at no charge. We'll look at the truck and see what's going on, but I still bet it's just going to need a good cleaning of that throttle body cleaned up or whatever. And it could have a vacuum leak, but usually on a fuel injected truck, if it's got a vacuum leak, it's going to create a higher idle, not a lower idle, like a carburetor. A carburetor, you give a vacuum, you have a little bit of a leak, you're going to slow the idle down. But on a throttle body, on a fuel injected car, you give it a little bit more air, it's going to speed the idle up. So
Yep.
Keegan, I'll still bet you've got a little bit of a carbon issue going on there is what we've got. So ready for a caller, Josh?
Yeah, we do. We've got a caller on the line. We'll get with him here in just a second. But I would guess that he's got an issue with that throttle plate there. So we've got a caller on the line. Josh is going to be with us here in just a second, and we've got him here. So Josh, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey, Josh and Phil, it's your good buddy Josh. Phil, how's it going?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, I'm very grateful you got Al Guyer's autograph, because I wanted you to get his autograph because I met Jimmy Johnson at the 2017 Coca-Cola 600 VIP experience with his motorhome and everything. Got to meet his family.
That's cool.
And then I found on eBay 2 weeks ago the car from the Coca-Cola 600 autographed as well. So I also just want to congrats to you, and I'm actually found a job yesterday as I was talking with you and
well, good,
stuff like that. So
fantastic, Josh. Well, I'm going to talk to Justin, try to get some more things for you.
Yeah.
I know how you love you got a pretty good collection of autographs, don't you, buddy?
I have close to 3,000.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to talk to Justin, and I'll get some more stuff for you. Okay.
All right. Let me know when you get it, and I can either swing by your dealership or, meet you somewhere, or vice versa. And I also know Nick. So
Nick Ballman or Nick Roberts?
Or
Nick Newcomb.
Yeah, Nick
Nick
Newcomb.
Newcomb.
Yeah,
Okay, got you there. Yeah, okay.
Newcomb.
So what's your, I guess, prized in your mind, the autograph that you have?
Sports prize would be Pete Rose autographed bat with his hit marked on it that my dad bought from a pawn shop in Sholo, Arizona, which my parents have a cabin up there. Then we met him at Lawrence Dumont when he was here. And then non-famous, I would say Linda Ronstadt, because I'm originally from Tucson, being a transplant Chiefs fan, Royals fan, K-State, KU, Shockers, and all that.
Very cool.
And even Fort Hays, because they beat K-State. So
yeah, that's kind of crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went to school with Linda Ronstadt's adopted son, and my dad, to this day, I'm still in contact with Carlos Ronstadt. Says, "Hey, when can I be Linda's backup?" All the time. I mean, from start to finish. I can meet more famous people, like when Golden Gloves or when Bare Knuckles came and then you guys canceled it. I was there for that, for Nico and all of them. It's just a growing list. I have about 32, 33 pages of Google Docs and 12-point plan of all my autographs from start to finish.
That's crazy. Well, good for you, Josh, man. It's excited for you. I'm going to talk to Justin and get some more stuff for him. He signed that.
Okay.
He signed that ticket that day, and then that day I went to go get our pit pass, and that lady took my ticket. Couldn't believe it. I argued with her, and she just wouldn't. She just sat there and stared at me.
It didn't matter.
I couldn't believe it. I said, "Look, a signature that is right there." So anyway, I'm going to get a bunch of stuff for you from Justin. Yeah. I went back to the pits later that day. Justin didn't fare very well down at the Chili Bowl, so he was off somewhere else when I went back to the pits to try to find him. But I've got his cell phone and everything else like that, so I'm going to get some good stuff for you, buddy, okay?
All right. I appreciate you guys' time. I just want to chit-chat because, I'm a chit-chatter, and I love you guys.
Hey, appreciate the call, buddy. Keep in touch, okay?
All right. Down.
All right, 316-462-3673. And a couple more questions down here. Morning, Jim Petty and James Furman. Jim Petty, how you feeling? And, yes, Jim Petty had a little episode around Christmas time, and he's doing very well now. He's back at the store. He's doing a little driving for us and everything else from that part, too. So glad that Jim is doing better. And I got a little text coming in here, and we got a little text here, Josh.
Do we?
Someone's wanting your autograph.
Mine?
Someone's wanting he says he has your autograph.
Oh.
So we'll have to see. You know, this is that guy that likes to text, but he doesn't want to.
He's not a caller.
He's kind of scared to get on the show.
Can't believe he's out of bed, to be right honest with you.
Just wait, you're going to get some more texts in a
probably
minute.
comment like that if I had to guess.
Okay, so let's go back to the Bronco because there's a lot of exciting things.
Yes,
you know, of course,
is.
we've got the Bronco sports. As they come in, they leave, they're gone. We do have one Bronco that we have in what we call courtesy transportation that Lisa's driving. I think every day we show it 2 to 3 times, but if you want to see a Bronco sport, we do have that one with Lisa's running around in. But like I said, as soon as the Bronco sports get here, they're gone. They don't stick around at all. Got quite a few coming. Just can't wait for them to get here. But now let's go to the 2-door and 4-door Bronco. We got over 100 reservations. We're going to get about 50 Broncos is what we're going to get for 2021. So some people already called me and want to roll to the 22, which is good because they're going to start building them right in January. They're just going to flip the switch and start in January, start building 22s. And he says he's on his second load, Josh, of cotton already.
Yes.
second load for the week? Anyway, the order bank on the 2-door and 4-door, if you've had a reservation put in, I'm sure you're getting some emails and stuff, but the order bank is open. I do have some orders I pushed into the order bank, but the problem we're having with it is if you order, say, at Outer Banks and want to go to a Badlands, the system's not letting me change that body style. So they're telling me that I hope we get off the show here today. That bank's open. We start bringing people in and start ordering their Broncos. But if you've got exactly what you wanted when you set that in, the trim level, I can make the orders and I can make it happen. But so far, everybody that's put an order in this wants something different. I get that. It's so many unknowns out there and learning what all the options and all the things that are coming up on that new Bronco. And we're going to say June. I'm going to say is when that Bronco, the first ones are going to start hitting. From that part, and been working with our number one guy, the order, and he's one that wants to change from because he got our first one and he didn't put in exactly didn't know exactly what he wanted, so he's got his order with me, but I just can't get it in the system yet. So we're working on that real hard to get in there. Anyway,
it seemed like every day this week coming in here, somebody was
in here
with a Bronco question and wanting to change this to that or
most
that
of the
to
sales.
this, or
most of the salesmen this morning was nothing but Bronco questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Do
that remind me?
Yeah, I got to work. Okay, make sure I didn't hit the wrong button there and shut us down there, Josh. Anyway, everybody, I'd like to hear some comments or whatever. Well, since we switched over to this new format, how you like it. If you want to see something different, how we're doing the show now, I think it's a much better picture. Of course, we've got a much better camera, I guess is what I should say.
Need something better to look at, but
that Hoosier banner back there is pretty cool to look at
from that side of it. But I think the audio quality is way better for sure.
Yeah. So if you'd like to put a few comments out there, let us know if you hear anything, or if you'd like to see something different or whatever. I'd love to hear your comments and stuff on that part. We got this show now on a lot of other places to find us and see us. Of course, Facebook Live, but also YouTube Live. And then after show is over, if you've missed us or whatever, we're putting it up on a bunch of podcasts and things everywhere else too. So anyway, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it might be. Love to take your questions, and we give away this great prize package valued at over $130 for each and every caller. And got a couple people saying audio and video is much better. Appreciate that very much, Ben. And just making sure everything sounds good. So let's get the phones ringing and answer some questions. Anyway, let's roll to the 2021 F-150, Josh. I finally got enough trucks where I could get in one. I got to get a few more people in to demo these 2021s. And I know you think I'm probably being a little biased here or whatever, but I'm telling you, we went down to Dallas and did that ride and drive with the F-150.
Yeah. And
compared the Dodges or the Rams, I guess is what you would say, and the Chevys and stuff. I don't know how those two companies are going to catch up to this truck. And I know you think I'm crazy, but you need to come out and just get in behind the wheel of one of these 21 F-150s, and it'll blow you away. The ride, the quiet, the options, and everything that's in there. The truck almost drives itself. It's pretty cool and all that thing. The technology into the adaptive cruise, the auto hold, the big screen in the dash, the work. You can now flip the shifter down and have a workflow. Fold the console down. You got a nice big work area. You can hold 2 laptops. We got our first truck with the generator in it. It's sitting on the showroom floor. You need to come check that out for all your things. I saw a commercial the other day of another competitor out there, and they show them yanking a generator in the back of their truck. I'm thinking, well, if you had a Ford, you wouldn't be having to worry about carrying that generator around.
Wouldn't need to do that.
Exactly. So, Josh, I got to get my glass on so I can read this comment. Josh, crazy, isn't it? Josh, that's wheat. I was going to say, need to get some better to look at. Need to get something better to look at. Laugh out loud. Anyway, thanks, Delbert. Appreciate that too.
So I wasn't the only one that thought that.
Nah, that's all right. That's all right. So anyway,
yeah, I'm very excited for this power boost to get enough of them in. We did that ride and drive down there, and it just makes sense. Having the torque, on-demand torque instantly out of the gate, and then having the torque, later on once the turbos kick in and spool up later on, and going to be very exciting to get those out and actually drive it on the road. We went down to like you said, down to Dallas there, and got to run with them a little bit it was a pretty good sized parking lot that they had out there, but nothing like not a true out in the world test, but was very impressed with what we were able to experience down there for sure.
Yeah, it is. And, I didn't really believe it until I drove the truck. I got about 200 miles now on that truck, driving it back and forth to work and everything. And you just don't realize how well it drives, how well that adapt. I mean, I'm running the adaptive cruise here in town. Mm-hmm. The lane keeping and all that, how much better it is compared to, we've had some of these options, but they've made them so much better to use and so much easier to drive. But my other thing is the ride. I mean, the F-150's had a great ride. Great. God, I can't even speak today, John. A great ride, but now it's fantastic how well that truck rides, how quiet it is inside and everything else too. So 2021 F-150, Chevy and Ram, I feel sorry for you.
About how many of those you got now on site?
Maybe 10.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Maybe 10. We're selling them again. The 21 F-150 is rolling out here just about as fast as those. Hey, another thing to talk about too is the Mach-E.
Yeah.
We're very close. I think it'll be here next week, and it is our courtesy transportation program card where we got to put it in there and drive it for 4,000 miles. So if you want to come test drive a Mach-E, just come out, jump in that thing and take off. But I'm hoping it'll be here next week. And if you don't know what that Mach-E is, jump out there and Google that thing up or get on Ford.com. It's our first fully 100% electric car with a 300-mile range. Very cool. It's a good-looking car. Can't wait to drive one. We've seen them, Josh, and they look good. Haven't seen one in person yet. Seen a lot of pictures and stuff, but that first Mach-E should be here, and then I've got about 4 right behind it coming. But I hate to tell you, those 4 are sold.
Gone. Yeah.
Already sold.
So we, this morning I got here and kind of doing my routine, opening things up and all that stuff, and got keys out of the night drop box as well, and going through that. And there's some new vehicles dropped, and one of them was just had the Mustang insignia on it. And I got all excited because I honestly
thought maybe that was it.
I thought maybe that was it. And I get back there, and I mean, it was a cool, still blue GT, but even still, it's just a Mustang GT. But I seen that emblem there, and I thought, let's
when you say blue GT.
I was excited about it. It was not a 350 it was just a.
Well, I know, but you know what I'm thinking that is?
What do you think it is?
Well, what I think that might be our GT that we're going to build into a drag car.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I wonder if
that could
it.
Be.
We need to go look. And so what I'm talking about to everybody is some of you, I'm seeing a lot of you seen the Hot Wheels Mustang we've had. That's a 2011 GT 5.0 that we kind of made into a drag car, and it is a fun car to drive.
Yeah.
But it's an 11. It's time for an upgrade.
It's
dated. 10 years is kind of an upgrade. So we're going to have fun with this 2021 Mustang GT. What we're going to do is we're going to build that into we haven't decided how fast we're going to go. Somewhere 8 or 9 seconds and a quarter. But we might turn it into a quarter, 8th mile car too. Just kind of depends on what we do. But we're gonna start off with a stock GT Mustang. We're going to take it out to the drag strip. And we're going to run it. Then the first thing I'm going to do is put on a set of slicks and a whole set of tires and wheels, and see what a set of slicks, how much that improves the car in time and effort, and tell you what we spent. Then as we make each improvement going through the build, we will tell you what we spent, how much it cost, and we're going to do all this work, of course, in our shop. Probably the only thing we're not going to be able to do in our shop is once we get going so fast, and I think it's 990s, you've got to put a roll cage in it. So we'll have to send that out to a fab shop and have a roll cage put in the car. But we're going to take you through the whole build and what we spend, what we do, how much faster the car goes with each one of those improvements we do from that part. So, got another question about the Mach-E. Is that Mach-E the 1400? If it is, I'll be jumping to the. I think if you mean $1,400, James, I don't. That's a little bit more than that from that part, James. So, have to just a little bit more than that. I think the base model Mach-E is around the 48 range is where it's at, and then the higher ones are about 55. And then we've got the what do they call it? The GT Performance Pack, I think is what they call it. That's coming. That's not. They haven't started building those yet. And those are going to be in the mid 60s. But those are going to be like a hot rod version. I'm told, Josh, that high performance one will outrun a standard GT. So we got some phone calls coming, Josh.
So answering a couple texts here. Yeah, I think we've got. Yeah, we do. We'll get him sent through here.
Oh, James is saying 1,400 horsepower.
Oh,
no,
so
that's not the Mach-E, but there is a
a
1,400 horsepower Mustang out there that's all electric.
Cobra.
Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra.
So no, that's not it, James. I don't remember what the horsepower rating was or torque rating was on the stock Mach-E. We'll have to figure that out. What that is, Josh.
The thing with those hybrids is that's just instantaneous torque. I mean, it's literally right there. You don't have to wait for a spool up of a turbo or anything like that, for sure.
Yeah. So we got a phone call coming.
We do. We've got Delbert. Delbert's going to be online with us here in just a second. So Delbert, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are we doing this morning?
Perfect. You.
All right, we got to get this show a little excited. So first of all, I want to do a little advertisement for you guys. For those on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Come on, let's get this going.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks for that. You're exactly correct on that one. We got to like, some, and share.
And also, if you're on Facebook, you got to share that out too. So
yes, we got quite a few watchers right now.
If there was a way you guys could put your phone number out there to make it easier for people, that might help a little bit. Not just on the screen, but like in your description somewhere. I think that might help.
Okay, good call. Good call.
So I see a lot of things.
No, I'm glad he said that because we're learning too here also. So
yeah, your guys' service is awesome, and I do appreciate that. I've learned the hard way that I'm down here in Oklahoma City, so having to use a different Ford dealer kind of sucks. But
yeah, I hear you. I hear you and I feel you.
Great, but I mean they're good. But just for an example, I drove to one of the local service Ford dealers here and needed a little top off of the antifreeze. And the kid came out, brought the antifreeze after about 10 minutes trying to find some, I guess.
Yeah.
Comes out, didn't bring a funnel, just tries to pour it in. So then he poured it all over my car and engine's like, oh, come on, dude, really?
Yeah, I hear you.
So I made him clean it off, but I mean, it's just like you guys would never do something like that. You bring a funnel out, make sure you wouldn't get the car all dirty unless it was just something that just an accident. But you guys are awesome in the service department. So they also, now I'm not sure who lost it because I started using what's called Take 5 oil change down here, and I'm not going to go back just because I don't like the oil.
We were down there last week for the Tulsa. I seen those Take 5s when we were down there for the Chili Bowl.
It's really convenient. But other than that, I just don't like their oil. It just doesn't seem to stay as clean as long. So, I mean, I've got 6,000 miles on the oil, and it looks pretty dirty. So, yeah, you guys have already got me set up on oil change, so I'm going to do that. Just come up there hopefully soon and get that done.
Yeah, so you're only about 2 hours away, so it's not too bad. Nice little road trip every now and then, right?
And I want to say the Tulsa Chili Bowl was awesome. It was a fun time. Y'all giving that out was just amazing. Yep. So keep up the good work is what you can give out. I mean, a lot of people may not like that kind of stuff, but it's fun to go to. Even if you've never been there and they give something away like that, call in and go. It's fun.
So was that your first time to go to Delbert?
Pardon?
Was that your first time to be at the Chili
Bowl?
Yeah,
that was my first time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah, it was.
It's crazy. I mean, I
took some pictures and sent them to you guys so you guys could use them as advertisement if you want to, because it was a great time. It really was.
Yeah,
I didn't understand the way they were running it as much right away, so that took me a little bit to understand. But
yeah, I get it.
Qualifiers.
Yeah, this was my 4th time to go, and I can't believe it's not been my 40th time I've been there. Again, Delbert, the other thing, the crowd, not being as big as it was, took away a lot of the fun and excitement from that deal. So hopefully next year we can get some more tickets out there again. But the whole thing about that race is that the crowd gets into it and all the things that go on in there that I missed this year from that part. But I will tell you, there was some great races. Those guys put on a great show. It was a lot of fun to watch and everything else too. So it's probably more fun for me to go there.
The amazing thing also was the fire department that was out there working the event was pretty fast at getting out there to take care of those guys, even if they didn't need it. So that was awesome. I mean, just to see that. I'm former EMS, so.
Oh, are you? Okay. Yeah, and it's, that is one thing I wish some of these dirt tracks around here would hurry up sometimes like that too, because they do a good job of getting out there, getting them cars off the track, and keep the program moving, don't they?
Yes, they did, and they also was really good about making sure people were wearing their masks and reminding people. They had some fun times with that, with some signage, so that was cool.
Yep.
But we all hate wearing masks. Don't get me wrong, but it's something we need to do right now. So.
Yep, I get it. And it's kind of a pain and everything else too. But I get it. But I think we're on the downhill slide. I hope we'll all get these vaccinations out there for everybody and keep this thing moving right along. And I think we're on the downhill slide. I hope from that part.
I agree.
Agree totally too.
So and one of the things that about the service I want to bring up is that I've got a washer fluid, and you guys always fill up the fluids, and I think the Take 5 guys did it, and they lost my washer fluid cap, so I got a temporary cap on there until I buy one. But it's like I couldn't believe they lost the cap.
They lost the cap. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just don't think they put it on properly when they filled up, and then it just fell off.
Came off.
And those just have a little hook right there that just sits on there. So if you don't put it back on, it'll fall off.
Yep. So you got a cap coming, or you need us to get you a cap?
I've got a part number. I'm just going to order it and have it delivered to one of the Ford dealers here. They're only $6. It's not a big deal.
I say we get one, we could send it to you too, Darryl. Why don't we just do that? If you don't order it yet, we'll look up your card and inventory. We'll get one.
Yeah.
We might have it in stock, Darryl. We can just send it up to you. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 19. I don't know. You guys on your advertisements for buying a new car, you keep sending me one with my old 13 that I bought off you guys. It's Ford Escape. So it's a 19.
Everything hasn't caught up yet. We just switched over to another company. It probably pulled in some old data or something. Probably what's happening there, Delbert. From that.
That's
part.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure we get the right car. So I don't know if they're the same. Probably are, but.
Okay, we just know it's a 19, so we'll make sure we look that up in the system and get it taken care of for you, buddy. We'll send one to you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you very much, and hopefully we'll see you soon up in Wichita.
Sounds good, buddy. Thanks for the call. All right.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Bye.
All right, 316-462-3673. Numbers back up on the screen. Delbert's got a great answer. We got to get that number in the description and everything. Yeah. But everyone that's out there watching, please do us a favor. Comment, like, and share this thing on YouTube, on Facebook, whatever it is. We need to blow this up. We're going to try to do a couple more things as we go down through the year with this show, different things and stuff too. So if you miss us today, we're going to be up on a different bunch of podcasts and things. We're trying to experiment with this show a little bit. So it's a call-in show. Let's get some more calls ringing. 316-462-3673. Anything in the automobile world. You want to talk about the Chili Bowl. You want to talk about anything in the world, in the automobile world. We don't care. Make the phones ringing. We'd love to talk to you and give you the great price package valued over $130 for each and every caller. So anyway, back to, and let's go back to the chat, make sure I'm not missing anybody there. Mike and Lisa Post, good morning. How are you guys? Thanks for watching. And then the Mach-E, we'll have to look up that horsepower, what that Mach-E is. But there is a 1,400 horsepower electric Mustang coming. It's built off the Super Snake that they used to have. So that's coming. Okay, Josh, we got a little question here.
Uh-oh.
Brian Allen wants to know who can cut a better light, Josh or Phil at the drag strip.
Well, man, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway.
If it's a burnout competition,
well,
I think you got that.
Yeah, I got that down pretty good. I can't wait to do a burnout in this new Mustang.
I was going to say, so I don't know, you and this Mustang kind of have some history that I think gives you the cutting edge on a burnout competition. You take that away.
Yeah, I know.
We'll see.
I know. I get it. I got someone else always like to challenge me to races and stuff too. So
yeah,
he gets kind of cocky every now and then. But anyway, let's talk also, Josh. It's kind of crazy. We started building our new parts warehouse, and we thought it was going to be down the road a little bit, but we're a couple weeks away. from actually getting in our new warehouse. So if you haven't drove by Mel Hambelton Ford lately and saw the new warehouse we got up, we're building a 50,000 square foot warehouse because we are out of room. I was back here in parts yesterday. We got a shipment of fuel in, and they're all back there trying to figure out what to put in the back, what to put in the front, and where we're going to stack here. It's crazy how tight we are on room. The next thing is we just can't stock what we want to stock. So with this new warehouse is going to be cool. We're going to order in a whole bunch of extra body parts that we've not been able to stock because we just didn't have the room. I mean, just what was that 3 years ago we built that mezzanine? I think maybe it's 4. I can't remember.
Yeah, you know, time flies, but it's been probably 3-4 years ago that we put that mezzanine on there, and it almost, I mean, it didn't quite double, but it gave us a lot more room and parts, and we've just maxed it out.
Yeah,
absolutely maxed it out.
Anyway, Brian Allen says test time. And then, sorry, Josh, Michael and Lisa posted they were betting on me, but
that's okay. No, I'm all right.
Yeah,
that's called a sleeper.
Sleeper. So anyway, hey, you know, we kind of getting along here. We're ready at 9:30, and you know, doing this different layout and stuff. But we need to kind of talk about our sponsor of the show, which, first of all, Big Corner Creative. If you don't know much about them, those guys down there at Big Corner say just Google us. They're an advertising company that anything you need to advertise with. If you got a company, you need a web page for anything you're doing, personal, whatever. They do a fantastic job on web page. Go check out our web page, mhfordracing.com. Of course, mhford.com is actually a site we have to have through Ford. But mhfordracing.com, that's a site that they built. It's fantastic. Go check that site out. But if you need a web page, vehicle wrap, race car wraps, whatever it is, window tint, anything to advertise your business, window wrap, perforated, whatever it might be that you need on your windows to help advertise your business, check those guys out at Big Corner Creative. Next one is BG Products. And a lot of people say, well, Phil, they sponsor your shows, so that's why you sell their products. Well, no. I started using their products. I figured it out, Josh. It had to be 1985 when I started using the 44K and making stink coming out the tailpipe between injectors.
Carbon smoke.
Yes. Had a lot of fun with that too. So, but anyway, BG Products, they're great. They're right here in Wichita, Kansas. They have a big finery there at El Dorado.
Yep.
They've got a state-of-the-art research and development lab over here.
Yep.
They come and get our cars all the time and run them through the tests and do all the things, and it's amazing what comes back. They show us off the dyno where it started, where it ended. So anyway, and the thing I love about BG is the kind of the deal is you can walk in a parts store and see all these additives and all things to buy, but you get what you pay for. And I promise you, the stuff that BG makes and what they have, it does do a good job for you.
I mean, they stand behind it. They've got warranties that are applicable once you complete services and stuff like that. I mean, there's no other product out there that does that. And just the amount of research and development they do on these products to make sure that you're getting the bang for your buck.
Exactly. Anyway, Go to Rent. Hey, that's our rental company here inside Mel Hambelton Ford. If you need a bigger car to get to grandma's house or you need something to go on vacation, we've got a slew of vehicles over there, especially 12 and 15 passenger vans to go. You need something bigger for that part, give Stan a call right inside here at Go to Rent. So,
I'm going to be optimistic about this and say, spring break is right around the corner. Emphasis on the spring.
Yes.
And we'll get out of this season and on to the next.
Every second we get a little closer to that hot weather that I can't wait for.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 316-462-3673. Hey, that's the number to dial up in the air, and we'll get you this great price package and everything else like that. So just call up. It's the main line at the dealership. And anything you want to talk about? You want to talk about this drag deal when Josh going to have to have?
Is this going to happen?
I don't know. Sounds like it might have to. Sounds like it might have to, Josh. We'd have to get something going there with that part. So let's get some phones ringing. Let's
What are we driving? Are we driving identical cars, or what's the what?
Well, I think we're going to have to, I guess we're going to have to, I don't know.
Huh?
We're going to do it together. We can't do that. We got to do identical cars. That's the only way it's going to be fair.
I guess. Huh?
I think it's going to have to be the 21 Mustang.
Think so?
Now got me itching. I wonder if that is it that showed up already.
Yeah.
It's close. I didn't know. I don't know. I bet it is. I bet it's our 21. But the first thing we got to do with that 21, Josh, we got to get it in the air, get the tires off, and measure the brakes so we know what size of wheel we can put on there with our Hoosier slicks from that part. So
I'm very out of all of it, I'm most excited about that because you're not changing anything on the car, as far as powertrain wise.
No.
And
No, we will down the road.
Yeah, no, but I mean just the initial going from conventional tires to a set of drag slicks on it.
Now, Mr. Sheridan here thinks he's going to bring his Escape and smoke them off. Yeah, bring it on, Mike. Let's go have a little race here for you, buddy. It'd be great to do that. So smoke them off. But yeah, we're going to get that 21 Mustang. We got to get the wheels off. We need to measure the brakes so we can see if we can put a 15 or 16 or 17-inch tire in that thing to get enough room for the Hoosier slicks. And I'm pretty sure we're going to go with probably a good 10-inch wide slick on the back from that part. Now I don't think we picked our wheel yet because we got different wheels we sell there in parts. We put some different wheels on the 11 Mustang. It looked pretty cool and stuff like that. Nick Roberts is itching to get this Mustang going. I know he's been asking me, when's it going to get here? When's it going to get here? When's it going to get here? So it's going to be fun to watch this Mustang build and how we go and what we spend. And remember, everything we're going to do to that car is going to be done right here inside Mel Hambelton Ford. So if you've got a hot rod you need some work on, it's amazing the things we do back here, putting blowers on and different things and stuff like that too. So I'd love to help you guys with anything there whatsoever. So, hey, let's get the phones ringing, 316-462-3673. And we'll see what's happening. But I still want to see that smoking tires on an Escape, Sheridan.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's going to do that.
I was going to say, he could maybe make it happen.
Smoke them up. Smoke them up. So anyway, so the parts warehouse, I didn't get all the way through that, but we're going to have a whole much more parts availability and stuff from the body business to the repair business. And then also, Josh, even though we are the #1 selling tire dealer in the country, we're going to stock a few more tires and things like that too to be more ready available. And then the next biggest thing is we can finally get our Hoosiers out of the trailers outside from that part. And I've got a semi sitting out there loaded up, ready to unload. And then I've got another semi going to show up here probably Wednesday with another load of Hoosiers. So it's just about race season. So
yeah, that's going to be exciting this year to see what we can do with that Hoosier portion of it. Last year was everything was so in limbo and nobody really knew what was going on or what they could do. And to be able to have a game plan and an idea this year is going to be very exciting for sure on that side of things.
Another exciting thing yesterday, we sat down and met with Bruce Richardson from Bar to Bar.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know Bar to Bar, that's the motocross track that's out west of Kansas International Dragway. And Josh, I went out there one cold fall morning on a Sunday and was blown away the amount of people that were there, the riders that were there. So we sat down with Bruce yesterday and put together a nice package for them for next year. Mel Hambelton Ford Racing is going to be a big part of Bar to Bar. We've got a great relationship with Bruce and John Paul out there with his series and from that part. So it's going to be fun and exciting to kick into the motocross deal. Hoosiers got their motorcycle tire out there. That's still a little unknown, a little bit of unknown what it will do, how it will hold up and all that kind of thing. Dunlop has been the what do you want to say, the dominant tire in that series, but
leader in that series for a long time, many years.
But I can promise you, Hoosier's going to make that series what it should be and make that tire where it's going to be be very competitive and everything else too. So,
and when we were up in Hoosier, the biggest thing they were saying is Dunlop is a tire. They do all facets of the automotive industry. Conventional tires versus on the racing side of things, and Hoosier, that's their focus, is racing.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They specialize in it. They're going to make a tire that's going to work. That's going to be very applicable to what you need.
Exactly. And James Furman just says, seriously itching to go to some races. My Fridays and Saturdays are getting a little boring. No kidding, James. As I left the house this morning, my wife said, "Are you going to be working on the race car?" Well, I've got it as far as I can go right now. So normally we'd be loading up in a trailer ready to go racing, but got a boring Saturday night coming ahead of me now. So
don't say that.
Yeah, I know. I get just another couple every second, James. We get a little closer to that race season, ready to go. So
the other thing is, we were talking about the warehouse and what that's going to allow us to do with Hoosiers, but then also growing the MH Ford Racing side of things. But then, our open house, that's right around the corner. It's unbelievable.
February 13th.
We're already talking about that already, but.
Speedway Steve Crank, hey, you're very welcome. Thanks for all the support we do for racing. And that's one of the things when we were talking to Bruce yesterday from Bar to Bar. And everybody, if you haven't been out to Bar to Bar, I was my first time to be out there. And I can ride a motorcycle, but I don't know how to jumps and do all that kind of thing. It's a little scary. Those guys flying through there. And then you got these little 4-year-olds running around, these little 50s, running around thinking, how's he doing that? But anyway, meeting with Bruce yesterday and talking about the package we put together to help them make that experience out there, because we're going to bring our race trailer out there. We're going to have our Hoosier tires out there. We're going to sell fuel out there, different things to help make that experience for the racer better. But we're also going to do some neat things for the crowd. We're going to bring the ice cream truck out there. We're going to shoot some T-shirts. We're going to make up some T-shirts that are very cool for the motocross and that sort of different thing from there. And then if you all didn't catch the Spooktacular out at 81 Speedway we did last year, great event, and we're going to do it again out at 81. We gave away a truck out there. Well, I think we're going to be giving something away, not a truck. So might be thinking about what you think we're going to be giving away out at Bar to Bar. So there's some teasing coming up there too. We got a great price package we're going to put together there. And of course, when Lisa gets involved to give back to the sport, we went up to Salina Motor Speedway, and we had the NCRA races were up there, and we gave away all kinds of gifts and prize packages. We gave money away to the drivers. So everybody get ready for Bar to Bar. That's just another racetrack we're going to jump in the middle of, and we should have jumped in a long time ago. But again, learning this racing business and learning, 'cause again, I can ride a motorcycle, but I can't jump them things. I probably could, but I'd get an ambulance real quick to help me back away from getting hurt from that part. So going to have a great time out of Bar to Bar, and can't wait for that to kick off and everything else too. And I got a couple questions coming through my Facebook page too. Jerry Regier. Gerald, hey, glad to see you're watching. And Jerry, yeah, can't wait. Moved away on us and went to Arizona, and haven't seen you for a while, but still stayed in good contact with you and everything else, Gerald. So appreciate that, and can't wait to see you back when you're back here soon. Yeah, got to get that flex serviced up, that's for sure too. So anyway, 316-462-3673. Hey, that's the number to dial up in the air. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it might be, we're ready to go and help you with anything on that part and give you away this great price package valued over $130. Only show I know you get paid to call in on. So let's get the phones ringing. Anyway, we're still talking about the warehouse when those questions come in. More body parts, more mechanical parts, more tires, more Hoosier tires, more race fuel. That's the thing I was telling you earlier. I was blown away. We're back there, and the guys are, kind of arguing which should be up front, what should be in the back. There's no room to put all this fuel where we need to put it. And I do believe the next thing is, everybody, when we get this warehouse, we'll be able to buy bigger quantities. And guess what that does? We can buy in deeper discounts from that part. And right now, Nick has been in there. Nick Roberts and Nick Ballman have been in there working very hard with the race stuff. We're going direct with so many more vendors instead of having to go through a wholesale side of that or whatever, which is very cool. So excited for some new partnerships that we got coming there. We've got hooked up with Brodix. We've got hooked up with Butler Seats. And I know there's a bunch more there that's coming there from that part. And we're doing a lot of stuff too, Josh, that's branded to Mel Hambelton Ford. We've actually got our own label on some products and stuff too. This is very cool.
That Algar shocks deal, that's I'm excited to see that run and kind of how that works out and all that good stuff for sure.
Well, let me tell you, I'm more excited than you are, I think, to see what that's going to do.
That's called spring fever.
Ooh, yeah. So anyway, if you haven't seen that post, we teamed up with Algar. They're our great partner with us. With Fox Shocks. Of course, they've got a whole line of shocks out there too, but we teamed up with the Fox Shocks for the dirt track. They're our partner of Hoosier next to us to the east, Hoosier Midwest. And we partner with them in a lot of races because of the Kansas City area. There's things up there. And that's kind of thing I was talking to Bruce yesterday at Bar to Bar. They've got a big race in Missouri. And I'm going to call the Allgaiers and make sure that they can take that race for the motorcycles. And then we've got another big race in Nebraska, which is us in Nebraska. So we'll be covering that race up in Nebraska too, from that part. So that's going to be fun and exciting too, from that part. But that Fox Allgaier Shocks package is, with Justin being in the NASCAR deal and racing very well, God, he got second last year. I hope he can win it this year. He's back in full force, just like last year with the same sponsors, Brandt. And, I learned a lot about Brandt last Saturday too. I didn't realize what they were. Mm-hmm. But this Fox Shock deal from Allgaier, we've worked together to put some packages together for the dirt track packages and stuff. It's going to be fun, but I put them on the dyno, and it's really going to get fun, I think, to see what they do.
Well, and then just listening to the guy talk that's over the shock division, I guess, of what they're
Liam.
doing. Man, just the amount of knowledge in his head.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And Liam is working for the Dale Coyne IndyCar group. So what's that tell you how smart he is? If Dale Coyne has hired him to work the IndyCar shocks. And, I told him too, I said, Liam, the amount of knowledge you're going to learn there, I'm sure that's going to roll right down into the knowledge we can still keep building on these dirt track cars. And he says, it probably will, but you don't think about how much difference there really is between an Indy car and that. And I said, oh, I get it. I understand that part too. But it is going to be fun with Allgaier in the package they have, and their dynos and everything they had to help us build these shocks the right way we want them and everything else like that too. And we've got them here in our parts room ready to go. So you need to come out and check out the Fox shocks from that part. Anyway, Josh, February 13th too.
Yep. Right around the corner. Unbelievable how January has just kind of slid right on by for sure.
Kind of glad it kind of has,
well,
to be honest
that's
with
okay.
you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll get through this one. We'll get through the next one, and spring's right around the corner.
Exactly. So anyway, the February 13th is our race open house, and we're going to clear the showroom off. We're bringing in all kinds of cars, and Josh, the gentleman that bought the first GT, which was that? Was that 18? I think it was 18, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, time flies. I think it was 18.
Anyway, the Ford light blue GT,
Yep.
It's coming back.
Very cool.
And he's bringing in a Cobra that he just got set up to go, racing. So he's going to bring that in. We're going to have, all kinds of dirt cars in here. We're going to have some drag cars in here. We're going to have even some of when we talked to Bruce yesterday from Bar to Bar, he's going to bring several of his riders in with their bikes and stuff too. But can't wait to have that GT back on the showroom floor and to see this Cobra that he's going to bring in. It's pretty. Wish I was a way I could put that up on the screen.
So when he got that GT, you got to do they do a picture on your phone, or did he send you a picture of it?
Yeah, that's what I say. I've got pictures.
Pull it up here, and I'll just hold it up there.
And well, here's the one I really want to. Well, here I got to go.
But it's going to be definitely very exciting for sure to get those. And when he got that GT and we delivered it to it, well, at that time we had a bunch of vehicles up here then, and a couple of them were out of his collection.
Yeah.
And I wasn't disappointed.
Oh no, that thing sounded so cool, didn't it?
When they did a parade out of here and everything, and it was very exciting for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, the only thing I hate about an iPhone, you've got to go to the actual text so you can blow that picture up. So I'm trying to go thumb back through my pictures here to get him pulled. There it is. Okay, here is what he's bringing.
Yeah, there you go.
There's what's going to be in our showroom. This is one of Brian Petty's hot rods. Looking pretty good there, Josh. Go a little closer if you can. There you go. That's going to be on our showroom floor for our race open house. Thank you, Brian, for bringing that. And also his GT is going to be back if you hadn't seen that car. So that'll be back in our showroom too.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see that GT now that he's had it for a couple of years. I mean, I'm sure it looks pretty good, but I was wondering how many miles he's got on the thing now and where all he's been with it.
Yeah, it's going to be, and he said he took the OGT out and went 130 in it just the other day. So I know that car will go a lot faster.
Well, yeah, and when he bought it, I mean, he said he was going to drive it. That was the intent. So
yeah, exactly. So race open house February 13th. Going to be fun and exciting, and everything else too, to get those cars in here and have fun. You need to come out and check it out. We're going to have food. We're going to be prizes. There's going to be all kinds of great things going on. So you need to come out to our race open house February 13th. We'll take some tours out to the warehouse and show you what's going on in that big warehouse and everything else too. So by that time, we'll probably have some stuff in there, but I don't think all of our pallet racking is going to be here yet, and all the stuff we've got coming will be here just yet. From that part. So going to be fun February 13th. Don't miss it. Need to get out here to the big corner and have fun out here at the race open house. Okay, Josh. Golly, we need some phone calls. We need some people. Of course, the next thing we need everybody to do, need to comment, like, and share this on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Let's build those channels up for us. From that part, we'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your questions, anything in your automobile world you want to talk about. And we can get that number back up on the screen. And again, it's a phone number to the main dealership, 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries. You want to ask Josh how he's going to try to get tuned up to beat me on the light. He can try to do that too if you'd like, or whatever might just suit your fancy here to get you on the. We'd love to hear from you, love to talk to you, and give you away this great price package by it over $130 and everything else too. So,
do I get to turn the light green? Like, am I going to have the switch?
No. Josh, I think you're going to get up there and get so antsy and probably red light. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to red light that thing.
Yeah, that could happen.
Probably
Take two.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what did we get? Someone sent us here. Yeah, see, they're sending pictures of the 1400 Mach E.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is the one that Ford's Performance is building. That's not the actual stock Mustang Mach E. Is what that is.
So you've been in this 21 F-150 for what, about a week, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Not quite. What's the one thing? Pick one thing over the previous F-150 that so far you've really come accustomed to.
Yeah. The adaptive cruise.
Really?
I'm not kidding you, Josh. That thing, you can set that thing, keep the distance behind you. But what I love, you can come up to a stoplight, and that thing will slow you down and stop. And then when the light turns green, you just hit the button on the dash, and it takes right back off. And gets you back up to your speed. Yeah. Now, the only thing I don't like about that is if you have to stop yourself, and you're the first one at the light, and you can't do that because it's got to stay in that mode because you disengage the cruise. But that is fun. But really, the best feature, I mean, that's getting accustomed to, but the best feature is that screen.
Yeah.
It's like what I'm looking at here in this laptop right now. That's what's on the dash, from that part.
Just in the ones I've jumped in and out of and stuff like that, and, drove what little bit I've drove around, that screen definitely is, it's in your face for sure. And, looking at the older ones, it's like, well, that's not a bad deal. And then again, it doesn't take long and you get into something new that's bigger and better. And it's like, wow, how did I ever do that before?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
For sure.
Anyway, Josh, anything in the service department this week? Anything that's happened here this week?
Got some rebates on some tires. So we've got, again, if you're looking for tires, you're not going to find a better selection of tires, better place to buy tires. We've got a low price tire guarantee from that side of things. We've got up to 17 different manufacturers through Ford Motor Company's buying power that we offer. We've got stuff outside of that as well. But if I was looking up or pricing a set of tires the other day and pulled up my size, there was 91 different options that could go on that vehicle. And I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of different choices. And it's really what I enjoy most about the tires is being able to tailor what the consumer's needs are for those set of tires, because it's not all the same. It's just like a maintenance. There is no blanketed maintenance menu that could be laid out there that every car, it works for every car, every mileage interval, every consumer from that side. So having that many different options, being able to understand, what the customer's needs are, how they're going to drive the car, how long they're going to keep the car. One of the first things I ask a consumer when we're looking at tires is, what's currently on the vehicle and how do you like those? For one. Then two, what's the intent with the vehicle? How much longer are you going to keep the vehicle? Where do you drive the vehicle? How do you drive the vehicle? Is it highway, in town, stuff like that? And then, what's your benefits? Is it fuel consumption? Is it, is it ride? Is it the ride quality from that side? But having that many options of tires is like I said, the best thing for a consumer. But then with that, it can be a dangerous tool because you gotta the person that's helping you guide through that has to be experienced, has to know what they're doing. And I don't know how many times we'll be walking used cars and you see something, well, that doesn't belong on that, tire wise. And just the other day I was back in the shop and seen an Explorer back there, and somebody put some just some mud terrain tires on it, on a Platinum Explorer. And it's like, okay, hold on. Time out. That's a budget. And then the other thing is load and speed rating. That's when these vehicles are manufactured or made, there's reasons why the manufacturers selected the tire that went on that vehicle, and it will affect the ride quality. It will affect the controllability of the vehicle. And you go altering that or changing that, there's a cause and effect to that. You're going to change the ride dynamics, the steering and suspension abilities of that vehicle by altering that tire.
Yeah. Josh, and a couple of things I'd like to tip on is, we offer a free rotation every 5,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
We have a price match guarantee where we price match anybody's ad. And even after you purchase the tires, you find it 30 days later, we'll still give you the money back if you do that, which we hardly ever do that. 17 different models, right? That you touched on. So we're going to price match guarantee you, but then just talking to a salesman on the showroom floor before I came in the meeting today is talking about the Ford Pass rewards.
Yep.
So you spend, and I hate to tell you this, you can spend $1,000 on a set of tires and we're going to put 5% of that $1,000 back into an account for you to spend the next time you come in or whatever. So we're beating everybody by 5% on a set of tires immediately. Even with the price match guarantee, you're still going to get the 5% back from that part. So there's so many benefits to buy tires. Don't know why you'd go anywhere else. You walk into a tire store, what are you going to get? How many models?
Maybe 2-3 selections.
Yeah, that's why that guy had that mud tire on that car. That's all they had available in that. But Josh, I was looking at some different questions here on Facebook or comments and stuff on Facebook. You talking about? Did you talk about also you can have the same size tire that looks the same, everything else like that, but then we got to get in the speed rating.
Yep.
To have the right. I didn't know if you touched on that. Whatever.
We talked about load and speed rating and how that's going to change the dynamics of the steering and suspension and handling of the vehicle for sure is huge from that side of it. So.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody, please comment, like, and share this thing, especially on Facebook, especially on YouTube. After the show's over, we'll post it up on some other sites for you to go see it there too. But please comment, like, and share. Let's build this thing up. We want to do a couple other things with the show as we grow it. Now that we're in this different format and everything else too. And appreciate all the comments. Appreciate everybody talking to us today. We love to answer your questions, give away the prize package. And, a lot of times we give away that free diagnostic.
Yeah. Yep.
On top of that package too. So earlier in the show, we talked to, I believe it was Keegan. I'll have to get a hold of Keegan and get him in here and get that truck fixed that's dying on him when he pulls up the stop. So that's got to be ready to be on that key to start that thing right back up. You're holding up traffic and everything else too. So, but anyway, everybody, please comment, like, and share this deal for us. We'd love to get this show blown out a little harder, a little faster, in a little more places. And then once we get a few more likes on YouTube, there's some other neat things we can do there too for you on this show. So thanks for all the comments. Thanks for everybody watching. Josh, any last comments we talked about tires?
Yeah, like I said, we got the rebates, the tire rebates. So if you're in the market for tires, by all means, come see us for that side of things. And from there is service. If you're due for service, let us take care of you. We do a lot of pickup and deliveries from that side of things. And if you're not unable to make it to the dealership, that's one thing. We value your time for sure, and want to get you taken care of.
All right, we're running down on the time of the show, Josh. Not much time left. Just a couple minutes left here. Let's go through our sponsors again to help us keep this show going. Of course, it's Big Corner Creative. That's our advertising company down at basically Mays and Kellogg. Those guys can do anything to help advertise your business, from traditional media to social media to Facebook campaigns to building you a web page, race car wraps, vehicle wraps, window tint, all those different kind of things we can do for that. So see those guys at Big Corner Creative. Also, BG Products. And again, I said it earlier in the show, everybody thinks I just use BG because they sponsor our show and stuff. No, I've been using BG Products since 1985. They're great products and do great things for your cars. And Josh, you know where I found a good GSM? Because we're going to need one here pretty soon. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
So, but anyway.
Craziest thing.
He comes in here and tries to jack with us here on the show, but he doesn't do a very good job of it, does he? What he's going to really be crazy if I didn't flip that camera around. That's what really made it crazy. So anyway, BG Products, I've been using them since 1985. They're great products. They're made right here in Wichita. They got a great research and development lab, and they build a lot of refine all these products right there in El Dorado too. So great company. Love those guys. It's a great partnership we have with BG. They come get our cars all the time and test them and do different things to keep up on their products and stuff too. So thanks for those. And then
go to rent.
Looking for a rental car, something you want to put miles on your car, or need something bigger than what you drive, or need a 12 or 15 passenger van, give Stan a call right inside of Go To Rent. And Delbert, thanks for everything on the question. But everybody, please comment, like, and share. Let's get these likes up. We're almost halfway where we need to be on YouTube Live. So help us out there. Go to YouTube Live and like our page and share it. And everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Josh has turned the music on me, so you're trying to shut me down, aren't you, Josh? Closing up, everybody. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great week next week. And February 13th, don't forget about that. A race open house is going to be a fun time. Yep. If you got a hot rod you want to bring out, give us a call. We might probably put your hot rod on the showroom too. So everybody, have a great Saturday. We'll talk to you next Saturday.